This episode, in this video, we'll look at how to handle functions in JavaScript. So for that, I'll go to stackbridge.com. So it's a nice online editor to write some code. We will do simple JavaScript. Let me quickly sign in with Angular recipes. I'll share the URL. So I have signed it with Angular recipes. I'll share this link in the video description as well. Cool. So we were thinking about learning functions. So in like other programming languages, you write function like this, right? Function, say add n1, n2, return n1 plus n2, and then maybe you can do say let sum equal to add 2 and 8, and then print it console.log sum. So here you can see 10. So you can see whenever I type, it runs this code. So what I can do, I can go to settings and I can do hot load trigger only on save. So this way coding here is slightly more comfortable. In JavaScript, functions can be saved in a variable. I can say write let f equal to add, the whole function, right? So we can store functions in variables. So that is a core difference in JavaScript, which might not be there in all other programming languages, right? So it has become a statement, so we can put semicolon here. So f equal to function, and now I can call f, and it will give me the same result, 10. Whenever you store this function inside a variable, you can omit the name here. So I save it, and then the output is same. Just to see if things are working fine, you can see the output is 20 now. So f equal to function. So this is the core difference which creates confusion in a lot of people's minds when they read the JavaScript code, when they are coming from other programming languages like Java, C++. They find it absolutely difficult to comprehend the whole JavaScript code, because we in JavaScript almost everywhere anonymous functions are used. So there is a shortcut in ES6. There is a shortcut for this for the notation for how we write function, and we call it fat arrow syntax. So this can be written as, we omit the name keyword function and write this fat arrow here, save it, and works the same. Also there is one more addition to the shortcut syntax. So if there is just one line of the function, and which is the return statement, we can even omit these curly braces and put everything in the same line. So it's same as a function which takes n1, n2 and returns n1 plus n2. Right? So just copy it and have the old code as comment so that you have something to reference. So this is same as this. So f is a function which adds two numbers. So since functions can be stored in variables, right? So for example, there is another function called average. Let average equal to a function which takes two numbers and computes the average, n1, n2, return n1 plus n2 divided by 2. Let avg equal to average of say 4 and 7, and then console dot log average avg. So you can see average is 5.5. I'll write sum here to avoid the confusion. So sum is 20, average is 5.5. So quite simple, right? So here I'm adding the number myself, right? I can even use this function. For example, f n1 n2. So f is in this scope, right? So it will be able to find f, and then it still works. We can also pass a function, say we can call it adder function, and so I'm expecting someone to pass a function here. This will not work, right? Because I'm expecting a function, and I can just pass f here, and it works. So you can see since functions in JavaScript are no different than other values like integer or strings, so they can be stored in a variable, they can pass into a function, right? Like this. Not even this, we can also pass this directly. I'll comment this sum part. So this, so like 4 and 7, so they are values, right? So functions are also values in JavaScript. I can pass it directly and get the average. So that's why people, you can see this notation being called inside a function as a function argument, and people will get very confused. So this is what goes behind it, and I hope the confusion gets clear at least to some extent. So we can also look at some array functions. For example, we have select say numbers equal to 2, 3, minus 1, 9, 0, minus 11. Some random numbers, and for example, we want to iterate over it. So generally what we do for say let I equal to 0, I less than numbers dot length I plus plus, and then I just print it for now, console dot log I. If I save it, you can see all the number gets printed, not I. I'll print the element which is numbers I save it, and I see all the numbers. So nowadays functions are used everywhere, even to iterate over arrays. For example, If I want to iterate over it, I'll do for each e console.log e. So it's same as the lines above, but quite clear, right? Quite concise. For example, if you want to print only positive numbers which are greater than 0, so I can write, say, if numbers I greater than 0, only then print it. You can see on the top only positive numbers are printed, 2, 3, 9, right? Only 2, 3, 9, right? Similarly, if you want to do something like this here, we can even do, so this is also fine, we can do something like this. So if there are many lines, we will have to use this one. You can write if e greater than 0, so it will also print 239, right? There is one more shortcut I'll quickly cover. I can also write e greater than 0 and then console.log e. So even then 239 is printed, right? So there are shortcuts, not just so don't get intimidated by shortcuts, don't get scared by shortcuts. So try to understand what it is. So if you look at a JavaScript code, it will be full of shortcuts. So similarly, there is another way of getting positive numbers out of it. For example, I can write const positive numbers equal to numbers.filter. So what filter does, whatever method you pass on it, it will run on all the elements of the array, and it will return only the one on which it returns true. So I can first write the full format. I'll pass a function, a proper function. So it takes an element, let's call it e. So if e, or just I'll first write the long way, return true, else return false. Console.log positives, positive numbers. So positives are 239, right? So what it will do, it will run all this function on all the numbers. So first this function, so first 2 will be passed to this function. When 2 is passed, what it will get returned? True. So 2 will be added in the result array. 3 will be added, -1, it will return false, so it will not be added. So this is how this works. The shortcut would be, so first let me get a shortcut for these lines. I can just write return e greater than 0. So automatically when e is greater than 0, so I saved it and I get the same results. When e is greater than 0, you will, so this will automatically return true. When e is smaller than 0, this statement will automatically return false. We need not write so many lines which we are, so instead of all this we can just write return e greater than 0. So if you're not comfortable with shortcuts, try to write the long way of writing things. When you get comfortable with shortcuts, start using them, but don't get intimidated by the code written by someone else. Try to understand what it is, and once you understand something, there's no fear. So, and you know the further shortcut for this, we just have to write, so this one, and since there is just one line, I'll omit the brackets and the return statements and this closing one. So still we get the results, same results, right? So I hope you got something about functions from this video, recipe, tutorial, whatever you say. So let me know you have any doubt. You can let me know in the comments. I'll share this link in the video description. Bye bye.